All right, today is March 1st, 2021. This is the Kubernetes CSI implementation meeting. Let's go down our usual agenda, which is the release statuses starting with 119. I think the only thing remaining here is fixing the CSI proxy image promotion process. I need to ping Jing on this. I think she was busy last week, so I'll go ahead and ping her again and see where we are. Let's see, next with 120, I think we were just waiting on the CSI test release. I think, Patrick, have we done this yet?
Sorry, what was the question again?
The CSI test release, are we still waiting on some PRs?
The CSI test has been released. We had
Awesome.
0 pending PRs in the end, and we did the release.
Awesome, thank you, thank you. So I think I will consider 120 to be done. Awesome job. All right. Moving on to 121. Code freeze is in a week or so. So let's see where we are. First up is fixing this race condition between node unstage and volume delete. We have 2 PRs out on this. I think, Java, you've been reviewing both. Do you know where this is at?
I actually don't know. I think it's still waiting for review. Yeah, it's the sidecar side. I still have some, like, people still have some concerns.
Okay. Is it, you know, who it,
I think Hamon said he will take a review on this.
okay. Sounds good.
If he's not, I think Jing and Matt Carey is looking at this. So yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I think as long as someone is actively reviewing this, I think we should be okay.
Which one
All
is
right.
that? Sorry,
This is the race between unstage and volume delete.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Next is the performance tests. I think Xing, did you have an update on this one?
Yeah, I think the plan is for Ronak to update the existing UT test just to make the parameters configurable. I'm not sure if he has done that yet. I'll ping him.
Okay.
And then after that, we'll look at this other suggestion by Patrick. The 3 of us talked about this one in a meeting. So
okay, cool. Thank you. All right. Next is CSI migration.
Yeah. So I think most of the problem is being fixed. There is only 1 or 2 around the topology label one. I'll pin them to let them know. And also we have the error file. We have the error file driver that we need to make all the announce the incompatible change in the release node. I think other than that, we're good.
Okay, sounds good. It looks like all the remaining issues are plugin specific. Is that right?
Yeah.
All the generic stuff is done.
Yeah, except for the topology label update.
Yeah, I mean that one is plugin specific too, right? At this point.
But the code merges in the core Kubernetes.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
basically it requires every plugin to kind of do its own thing.
Yep. So from the core side, we don't have remaining stuff.
All right. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Next we have snapshots.
Oh, I think Grant says he's going to address the comments on the E3 test, the metric E3 test soon. And then he's also going to work on the PR to use the patch instead of update soon. And then, so I think my PR just got merged. Yeah, right. Okay, see that you moved there. Yeah, that's
Awesome.
it for snapshot.
All right. Thank you. Next up we have ephemeral volumes.
So I think I have all PRs pending that I expected to be necessary for beta. You just pointed out on chat that there was an open to do around pod termination, and I'm currently reading up on that one. Yeah, you're right. This is something that was marked as needing further discussion. I thought we had clarified that with Jordan, but perhaps it was the other way around, and Jordan suggested this solution perhaps incorrectly. So I need to double check again what the actual behavior of kubelet is with regarding to the deletion of a pod and when we can know for sure that a pod is gone on the node, which was the check that we had to adapt a little bit for generic ephemeral volumes. So I'll file an issue, get the necessary people to look at the code and just get a definite statement from someone.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I think there is some work in this area. I think around there's like the node unstage race fix that's going on, but I think this might be. I mean, I think if that is fixed, I think there's still a class of plugins that might still have problems, like the ones that don't implement node stage and unstage, and they don't implement attach either. So the only thing they implement is node publish and unpublish. I think they will have some problems.
Yeah. Okay. Regarding the pending issues, one is from today. I looked into why the Kubernetes CSI periodic job was failing, the alpha job, and it turns out that in the CSI driver host path repo, when we set up the CI job to test with the external test driver, we didn't set the host name. We do that for the internal deployment where we have the code in csi.go that deploys the host path driver, and that sets a node. But I also found that we don't actually had that many tests exercising the late binding mode when using the external host path driver. That's why it hadn't failed earlier. And now the generic ephemeral inline volumes test that those had some variants for late binding, and that broke. So
Okay.
this first PR on this list here, that's basically should be an easy fix. And once that in, the prod jobs will be clean or should be clean again.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
And that was all triggered by the CAP questions about, is the test actually, where is the test? Is it running? That's a useful question in the CAP actually. So as much as work as this CAP process is, it does find issues.
Yep. All right, sounds cool. So for all of these PRs, do you have people assigned to them to review?
Yeah, I made a mistake with the unit testing, or with the PSP one at the bottom. That is an API implementation change. I think I forgot to add the API review label. I only did that today. That's why it wasn't in the backlog. But I added that API review label today, and I hopefully we'll get someone to look at it. The metrics changes. That is waiting for some feedback from the components people, because I made one change there to test it better. But overall, yeah, hopefully it'll get reviewed.
Okay. I mean, do you have like a SIG storage person that's reviewing all of these? I guess who did we on the spreadsheet? Who's the reviewer for this feature? Is it Jan?
Jan is currently a little bit busy. For metrics, it was, let me check, someone else. But it had that review has happened.
Okay. I guess like currently in our SIG storage planning spreadsheet, we have like a primary reviewer for every feature. So
Yeah, it was
I am just
it was
checking.
Hemant for metrics change. And did he comment on the other one? I think no. The 99446 generic ephemeral volume enablement PR, that still needs a comment from Hemant.
Wait, sorry, hello Peter. The metric PR I reviewed, and the
Yeah.
other one, I mean, I could LGTM it, but I was hoping that someone from SIG instrumentation, because we need approval from like someone in instrumentation team anyways, because you're touching that code. And then
Yeah.
what other PR?
The other PR is 99446.
99456. Okay, I'll take a look.
It was also based on CAP feedback, covering some more cases when feature gets flipped.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'll take a look.
Cool. Thank you, Hemant.
It looks like it
All
was
right.
rebase battery.
Yeah, I just noticed that it was fine for a while, but now I need to rebase. I'll do that soonish.
All right. Cool. Thank you. Anything else around this?
No, I think that's all. And then, of course, once these PRs are merged, I need to do the actual API change. I was kind of hoping to get these PRs merged first as the functional changes or test enhancements. And then when it's clear that none of these get blocked, I wanted to do the API change PR. So that still is
good.
open. Yeah.
All right. Great. Thank you. Let's see. Next is storage capacity. I think we're mainly blocked on the CSI spec at this point.
I think that's the biggest change for core Kubernetes. Yeah, it would be good to know when the next CSI spec update comes, because that is another PR against Kubernetes where I'm extending the API. It would make sense to do that first.
Okay.
The other open PR against, or other thing that I need to do in Kubernetes is bit more testing, but that should be the similar code to the generic ephemeral volumes, and that I wanted to start today, didn't quite get to it, but I'll do that soon. And the rest of the work is all in external provisioner.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, let me follow up with Saad on the CSI spec stuff, because I know we have a couple of features that are waiting on a spec change. So I think we need to cut something this week if we want to be able to make code freeze. All right, thank you. Next we have volume populators. Is Ben on the line? Nope. Okay, we'll skip over that. Next we have FS group.
Yeah, so I started the code change, but I'm still blocked on James feedback. Actually, the ownership, volume ownership, moving to one thing. I have made another branch where I have pushed all the changes. I've added some examples, but basically it's like the James promised on Tuesday to take a look Tuesday, and then
Okay,
yeah.
sounds good. I think once you push the new changes, let's take another look and make sure things look tidy and we can ping everyone to take a look at this.
Yeah, so I will merge that branch change. I pushed that to different branch. So, but I could bring it into this branch and then, yeah. All right.
All right, cool, thank you. And then we have volume expansion.
I reviewed that change in external resizer. There's a PR in actually like you and Jan might want to take a look as well on that one. But it has some missing code that where so originally we wanted to use the finalizer to prevent PV deletion, but like the finalizer were a bit crazy. I mean, like just not crazy, but just that we discussed two designs, and I think some were in favor of using annotation in PV when we expand the node, expand the volume, and expansion is pending on the node. We could record the PVC last status on PV as annotation, and then when we restore and when we bind the same PV to another PVC, we use that in the PVC status rather than putting the PV spec dot capacity directly. So that's the solution that the Sung from Microsoft has been working on. His external resizer change looks mostly good. The entry code has a check change in PV controller where it is restores the size from by reading the like by the annotation to PVC status. So that's a change I think we need to review, and I personally think it's fine, but I don't know what you or Jan think.
Okay, I think this sounds like it has a little bit of overlap with some of the like restore resizing discussions that have been going on. Is that right?
No, not really actually. The restore one is actually I want to talk about that as well today, but the restore one is different. This one is more like you deleted the PVC and then, but maybe there could be some tangential, but yeah, not directly, I think.
Okay. Yeah, just ping us on the PR and we can help take a look at that.
Okay.
Oh, Haman, I have a question for you. Do you know any driver that has a problem support volume expansion when there are snapshots?
Problems? What? Sorry.
Like, do you know any CSI driver that cannot support volume expansion when there are when there are snapshots on that volume? Have you run into this?
No, I don't know it.
All right, okay, because we are actually looking at adding the snapshot support in our CSI driver, and we do have that limitation. So it seems to be on us. Surprising. Yeah, I haven't heard about this before.
So the vSphere volumes cannot be expanded if they have snapshots.
Correct. Yeah. So I was just wondering if there is anyone else has this limitation. I've never heard about this, so it's a surprise for me.
I don't know if anyone's actually tested it.
Yeah, that's
maybe that
true.
might be a good test case or something to add.
Yeah, I was wondering if like we maybe need some capability. I just want to know like who else has this problem, because we, if this is not like have a capability or something, we'll have to add like admissions control something to block it or just document. It's just ugly. But it's not supported on the storage side, so it's not like we can simply fix it. So yeah, I just
Okay.
wonder there might be other driver has this problem as well. That just yeah, it's true. Maybe no one would
Yeah.
think of this before.
Yeah. It might be worth adding like a test case for it, and then we can see like if it starts failing on
Fails?
any other drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
But
EBS and all, like they store the snapshots
Yeah,
in
that's not a problem.
offline.
EBS not a problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
EBS that's definitely if you have independent life cycles.
The offsite backups then.
Oh no, this is actually not just that. This is yeah. Yeah, I think it's probably not many driver. Some driver may have the C restriction, but probably not that a
So
lot.
the way VMDKs are linked to this thing is kind of like we also had an issue where, like, just a little bit off the record, but if you take snapshot of a VM and you restore it, or you then you know, like the attach detach and bunch of failures used to happen in vSphere. Similarly, like if you take a snapshot of the data store VM DKs and then you do something, then also it never worked with entry. So we kind of stop people from taking snapshot that way.
That's a different actually. That one is the
But
that's not the
it,
FCD, right? That's just a little different. Yeah.
yeah, it is
Related but
different.
not yeah.
Just the way data snapshots are stored.
Right. Okay. All right. Thanks.
I think it's a good
all
topic
right.
for CSI.
I'm sorry, what?
It's a topic for maybe for CSI how we're gonna solve that. Like, but yeah, thank you for bringing this up. I'll think.
Yeah,
about
what should to talk about this? I was wondering, maybe I don't know if capability. That's one thought. I don't know what else. I also want to see who else has this problem.
Yeah. Maybe open an issue for it, and then we'll see.
Okay.
Like I don't know how many people just watch
tried this,
issues,
right?
but
Yeah. Okay.
all right, cool. Thank you very much. Next up we have volume health.
Yeah. So I actually Michelle pinned you on that PR to take a look.
Okay.
So Javi reviewed it. He has some comments. So I think there are several options right now for that, right? Whether basically how we implement this, whether we just go with the existing approach in the PR, which is we return an extra parameter for the volume house, for the volume condition, or do we want to modify the volume matrix struct? Do we want to modify that one to add the volume condition in there? So there are like a few things. Yeah, so.
Okay, and David doesn't have an opinion?
He was also going like both ways, like, okay, this way, of course, pros and cons for each, right? Because those two, it's, if it's like a clear cut, it's best. But right now they are together and they're not together. I mean, that's so we just need to make a call. So yeah, but I think but I don't think we can really make it really a clear cut. If we really like change I was thinking like if we add it inside that matrix, we rename that to volume stats instead of volume matrix. And then I was thinking that we have to rename everything, but then that's just a mess up with a lot of the get matrix. That method is that name is everywhere because that's for the matrix code. I don't think we can rename that. So yeah, if you can take a look and if you can, see if you have some other ideas. Yeah, so it's good if we can, get it in. That'll be great. It was this week, right?
Yeah. Okay.
The deadline. So.
Yes, sounds good. I'll try to take a look today.
Okay.
And ping me if I don't respond by like the end of the day.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you. All right. I think that's it for all the 121 features that we're tracking. Let's see, going back to the agenda. I think so we have this issue about updating dependencies in external provisioner. I think we concluded that some of these are bug fixes, so we should put them into the previous minor release. So I went ahead and created a branch for it. I wasn't able to create the branch with all of the changes. So I think there were maybe 2 changes that need to be cherry picked, and I don't remember if I saw cherry picks for those. There might have been cherry picks open for them. At least one. So I think that's that item. Patrick, was there anything else that you wanted to get in a patch release?
No, the ones that I cared about are merged in that release branch. The CSI libutils. But I think that may be a bit too. I don't know. It's changing the log output when a pod when the external provisioner shuts down. It was done with klog fatal, which dumps basically all information about Go threads or Go routines, which was a bit much when you had lots of them. I don't think we need it in a stricter bug fix release.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Then I'll go ahead and take a look at the last one that's remaining, and then we'll see if that's enough to do a patch release on. All right. The other topic today, there's a deadline to opt into writing a feature blog for a 121 feature. I think Shing, you already reached out to all of the feature owners to see if
No.
they want to do a blog post.
I checked with Patrick. So right now we have 5, right? So Haman, do you want to also write something for the feature that you are working on?
It's too soon. I don't know. Like,
What do you mean too soon? You're not sure if it's going to make it yet, or do you?
yeah, precisely.
Oh, but the March 1st is the deadline. If you like want to, let's say if you make it, do you want to write it? I guess that's the question, right? You can always remove it later. But right now there's a deadline to opt in. Do you want to add it and you can remove it later?
I want to opt out.
You want to opt out? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's fine. I was just, yeah.
Oh wait, you want to? Okay.
He said he want to opt out. I don't know what do you mean opt out? Opt out of the blog, right? Not.
Yeah, I mean, I think I may not have like necessary time cycles and like.
Oh yeah, that's okay. I mean, it's not required. It's just this is you know, if you want to or not. It's just want to ask you to see.
No, thank you so much. But yeah.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think we seems to be fine. We have 5 there already.
Okay.
Yeah, if you think
Cool.
of something that
Sounds good.
that seems to be fine.
All right. Sounds good. I think we've had this leftover autoscaler topic from a couple weeks ago. I think Patrick, did you want to discuss that or set up a separate time where we can discuss this in more detail?
I think that's a topic for a separate discussion, and we really need someone from the autoscaler team who's willing to set up an experiment and discuss goals, because in that review it was pointed out that it's actually it's relevant to support local provisioned PVs, which wasn't what I was investigating. So we may have to take a step back and look at real world scenarios where autoscaler is used and volume handling is insufficient, and then I'd work on those cases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds good to me. I will see if I can find some folks to help with this.
There was a similar issue with attach limit and autoscaler integration, I think.
Yeah, there are various issues apparently. The autoscaler folks had a long list of things that they would like to see in the scheduler plugin that they are calling indirectly. There were issues about using informers when they think that it should be something else. So this is a larger topic, and
yeah. Okay, sounds good. Maybe maybe after code freeze, let's set up some time to follow up on this. Cool. All right. Let's see. there's this new issue that got added here.
Yeah, I added that one. So
Okay.
we actually got a customer issue. So what happens is, so when PVC are created, right, you can't really go change the access mode from PVC, but you can actually go modify the PV, change the access mode, and after that, the access mode on PVC also got changed. But in this case, because our underlying storage doesn't really support this type of change, that's a problem. I just don't know, is this like design by design this way? It's just a little, I didn't expect that when you change it.
Looks like oversight.
I'm sorry? Oversight? You think this is an issue that we should fix?
To me, it looks like oversight.
Okay. So PV, yeah, because you change PV, I didn't expect PVC also get affected. So, okay. So maybe.
Okay.
some-
I
It's
wonder
strange
if there's something weird like maybe you create a PV as writable, read write once, and then afterwards you want to change it to be like read write many or something like that.
Right.
Or sorry, read only many.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, so he actually, I think he
I
just,
don't know, but
so this was the case, but because in our case, it's not really supported if you just change the PV mode like this. So because for us, it's really our file volume supports read write many, block volume supports read write once. There's two totally different type of storage underneath. There's no way to change, just to change the mode. So I don't know what is the, yeah, so, okay, so you're thinking it's probably a bug somewhere, somehow causing the PVC to also be changed.
yeah, it's probably a bug, but I also wonder if anyone is actually using it or
yeah, they must be haven't been caught, right? So I actually found a lot of cases like the customers, you thought, okay, they should just be in the user space, but then somehow they can't change the, they are like the admin, right? They can change the PV, and then we discovered all these issues. This is one, right? And then another issue also because they can somehow do something with the PV. Yeah. But if this is not by design, then we should just, maybe it's a bug that still needs to be fixed, right? So let's say.
Okay.
Okay, so
yeah, we should definitely we should definitely investigate this and see how we want to proceed. Whoops, what happened?
Okay, so I will tell Divya and see if he has time to take a look, because otherwise we are thinking like maybe we need to add some admission control with this. But if this is really a bug, then we should fix the bug instead of something weird in our
I mean, my only concern is that if someone was actually using this behavior, depending on this behavior,
right? But if that's
to actually change access modes of a volume type that actually can support changing the access mode.
But yeah, it's just unexpected that you change PV, then PVC get changed, right? Usually it's like you create a new PV to go bind with the PV, and that seems to be more normal flow. Yeah. So yeah, all right. So sounds like a bug then. Yeah, let me check with the DB and just see if because if we have to, since this is the customer reported this, if we have to do something anyway, we'll probably should just take a look and see how to fix it in the code. It's usually not recommended for a driver to add like its own administrative control, right? Seems to be weird. In the driver itself, that's normally not recommended, correct?
I mean, I think it depends on like what it's trying to validate. Like if it's trying to validate driver specific behavior, then I think it seems okay for a driver to have an emission controller.
Right. Yeah, sure. But if it's like for something to do with the PVC, if it's on CRD, of course, makes sense. But if it's like, yeah, normally it's probably not. But if it's something,
I guess sometimes hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard because like our PV objects and storage class objects have they have like plugin specific parameters in them.
Right. In that case, definitely. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Any other topics for today? All right, then we'll end the meeting. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.